writing here, if you look at this pattern, can you tell me what are the various things that I'm going to come across? Yes, what are the patterns that I can think about? If I see what are the elements that I come across, first thing I will come across a row. Will you agree that this pattern has rows in it? So once I come across the rows, I will again say, see, there is a row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So I have 5 rows here, and in this 5 rows what I have is I have spaces and also stars. Will you agree that spaces and stars belongs to each row, which means first row I have 5 spaces, 5 stars. Second row 4 spaces, 5 stars. Third row 3 spaces, 5 stars, which means now I have rows. Can you tell me what I have? I have rows, and within this rows I have spaces, and also I have stars. So for the spaces I will say inverted triangle spaces and square stars, which means now within this row I should be able to print the program for inverted triangle spaces and square stars. So for that, what I will do is I will now go to my chat. I will go to my editor. In my editor, I will say, see, 5 rows is what I want. So 5 rows correctly I have. Int j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus. Within this, what I want? Within this, I want an inverted triangle. So can you tell me what is the code for an inverted triangle? It is for int I is equals to 5, I greater than or equals to j, I minus minus, and within it I will write it as system.out.print, and what I want to print is a space. And definitely, if I just print it as a space, you will have to understand one thing. I will not be able to see the output. If I just run my code, there is nothing on my console. Nothing will be there on my console. You cannot see any output on my console. You can see that, though the pattern is printed, there is no output. So for my understanding, as of now, some symbol I will put. You can just see some symbol I have inserted so that you can see this is the pattern that I have. Now, after this, what I wanted a square. So tell me, square, should it be the same line or outside this line? Akhil, square should also be the same row, which means print ln. Before printing the cursor to the next line only, I should have square. So this is a square for, this is a code for inverted triangle. This is a code for inverted triangle. In the same way, I will have code for square. So one thing, if you observe, for the square code, you require read rows and columns. You require rows and columns. Rows are already written. I have already written the code for rows. This is the code for rows. Rows code is already there. Only the stars code I should write, which means I will say for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, and I will say here as I plus plus, and then within it I'm going to say that system.out.print. What do I have to print? I will have to print the stuff. So you can see here, this is what I'm going to write, which means I will say system.out.print stuff for int I is equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, I plus this. Now you can see here, I will just run my code, and once I run my code, maybe this is the pattern that I'm now going to get. Once I have this pattern, maybe now I can replace this cap symbol as a space. I'll then save it. I will rerun my code. And once if I rerun my code, you can see that whatever was the desired pattern I have got it. So can you please tell me whether you have understood this or no? Yes. So have you understood it? And hope you are able to understand the steps. Correct? Hello. So in case if you want me to re-explain, I will definitely do it. Please let me know in case if you have already understood. So there is a pool which I have started, yes or no. Can you please answer whether you have understood it or no? You can take 1 minute also. In case if you have told us no, maybe I can probably take a minute or two to explain, or I can get into a detail of it as well. How to understand, how to use multiple loops within a loop. Oh, yes. This is not started. Yes, fine. I'll just help it. So I have started a loop. I started a poll. Sudeep, for the last line, which one, Sudeep? What do you mean the last line? This one, the system.out.println line. So the code part, code for the square. Okay, code for the square. Sudeep, very simple, Sudeep. If you just have a look at it, what is the code for a square? For int j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus. For int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus. Correct? Yes, sir. If you just have a look at it, the j loop is already present. The number of rows is already present. In that row, I want a square. So for that, only the square part is what I will include here. Okay, sir, got it. I hope you have got that now, Sudhir. Yes, sir, got it. Yes. So there is two people who has doubt. Can you put across what is your doubt? Yes, Rohini, please.
Sir, why you write the system.out.println last?
Okay, Rohini, you tell me, what do I want to do in my pattern? See, very simple, Rohini. Let us have this as it is. Let the code be like this. Here in our part, what we will do is we will try to trace our code, okay?
Yes,
so,
sir.
in order to trace our code, can you tell me here, Rohini, what are the various loops I have? I have J, I have I,
yes.
I have I again, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have J, I, and I. So now let us look at what is the first thing that I'm doing there. So what is the J loop? J is equals to 1, J less than or equals to 5, J plus plus, which means initially I have told J is 1. So tell me, is
yes,
1
sir.
less than 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 1 is less than 5. So I will come inside. Then I am saying I is equals to 5. Correct?
Yes.
So I will say I is equals to 5. Once I say I is equals to 5, is I greater than J, 5 greater than 1 true? Yes, 5 is greater than 1.
Yes, sir.
So I will come inside and here I will print one space, which means on my output screen now, I will have one space printed. Maybe space I will write it as an underscore. After printing one space, I will go back to decrement the value of I. I value will then be decremented to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which means I will now be printing the spaces as 1 space, 2 space, 3, 4, and 5 spaces are done. So tell me, after printing the 5 spaces, should I come to the next line?
No, sir.
Sir, here still stars are printing, sir. Let me write the
Yes.
stars. So tell me here, if this particular system.out.println, if it was here, this is how we usually generally write our code, correct?
Yes, sir.
Here what will happen, cursor will come to the next line, then 5 stars will be printed. But do I want the stars to be printed in the same line or a different line?
Same line.
Same line. So I will not include it here. Rather, I will say, see, you first print stars now. After printing stars, we will think about what else should be done. So I will go here, I will start printing the stars. You can see I is 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus, which means I value will start from 1, it will go to 2, 3, 4, 5, which means here I will be able to print 5 stars. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now tell me, after printing this 5 stars, should I stay in the same line? Should I go to the next line?
So next line, sir.
Go to the next line. What I should do? Right here as system.out.println.
Okay, sir. Got it.
I hope you have got it, Rohit.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Great. So anybody else who still not got it? There was one more person with a doubt who did not have clarity on this. Yes. I hope all of you have got this, guys. So after this, can I try to give you one pattern for you to try? Yes. So have a look at it here now. What pattern I now want to print is something like this. Maybe take the text field. I want to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, 1 star, then 5 stars, then 1 star, then 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, 1, 2 star. Okay, let me arrange it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. Then in the next line, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you just have a look at this pattern here, maybe this is a pattern that I now want to print. So can you tell me what is that you are able to see in this pattern?
Pyramid.
Pyramid, okay, pyramid. But do you have an idea of how to print this pyramid directly?
No, sir.
Directly we did not learn at all, sir. How can I print directly now? So for that, have a look at this here, guys. I'll now break this pattern. Maybe this is my monitor screen. Maybe this is my monitor screen. Now I will try to break this pattern. I want you all to observe. So you can see initially, observe. Initially, I will say I have one reverse triangle. I have one reverse triangle. Correct? I have reverse triangle. Hello. Ahmad, what is it? 9, 7, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Okay, you are telling me how many stars are there. That's okay, Ahmad. But you know that you cannot be customizing your code for every pattern. So instead of customizing your code for every pattern, we will see with basic 3 patterns what I know. A regular triangle, a reverse triangle, and a square. With whatever the basic patterns I know, I want to create this pattern. So this pattern now, you can just see I will break it into this particular triangle. So can you tell me, did I write a code for this triangle? The second triangle that I am showing it to you here, did I write a code for this triangle? The triangle which I have, what is this triangle? Actually, this is regular triangle which is starting from 1 star going till 5 stars. Will you agree with me? Starting from 5 stars, starting from 1 star going till 5 stars. Okay, after this, what next? After this, very simple. I have one square, right? I have one square. You can just see here. Yeah. Maybe the alignment is a little problem here, guys. But if you just see it here, this is a square that I have, and then I have a triangle. So I just want you to tell me here, have we written this? I mean, though I have not directly written this pattern, if you just recollect, I have written a code for printing a regular triangle. So this is my regular triangle. This is also my regular triangle. So regular triangle I know, square I know, reverse triangle I know. Can I be printing it? Yes. So can you try it? Can you try it? How many of you are confident you are able to write this code? How many are confident to write this code? So I want you all to tell me how many of you are confident to write your code or write this code. I'll give you a couple of minutes for it. Try it. How many of you are confident? Sir, we need to print a triangle, a square, a mirror triangle, and mirror triangle. It's a reverse triangle, then a regular triangle, then a square, then a triangle, regular triangle. We need to print an inverted triangle space, regular triangle, stars and square star. Triangle stars and square stars, and also in the end a regular triangle Chaturji. Yes. So I have I want you all to try it, guys. Come on, be quick. So I have one more poll started. I just want you to answer the poll as well. Chatterjee, the last triangle code. What is this? It is a triangle, regular triangle from one star and the top five stars, which one j less than or equals to 5, j plus 1, I less than equals to j, I plus plus. That's the same thing, Chatterjee. Yes, I also have Sophia, which is Sophia has come up with a solution for us. Let us see. Yes, yes, please. The poll. What is the poll? I can do it. Give me more time. Yes, I can see that more people are asking for more time. But I just want to understand your concept. See, if it requires more time at this point of time, I mean, currently if it is asking for you to spend more time, I would definitely understand that the concept you have understood. Maybe you need a little of experience or an exposure so that you can write this program. Yes, Ashwini Kumar is also. Ashwini Kumar has also posted it. Yes, Ashwini, thank you. So let us try to solve our program, guys. Let us try to write our code. So I want you all to tell me what are the various patterns that I will come across. The first and the foremost thing that I am going to come across is a reverse triangle. So you can just see I have an inverted triangle. After the inverted triangle, it is not a square. What I have is I have a regular triangle. After the regular triangle, I have a square and a regular triangle. Correct, this is what I have. Yes, Aditya, great. So, for the regular triangle, what is the code? J loop is already available. I'm only writing the I loop here by saying for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to j, I plus plus. And inside this I'm going to say here as system dot out dot print. What do I want to print? I want to print a star. Yes, yes, really great. Now you can just see I just save this code. I'll run this much first. So you can see this is what I have got. Yes, the first part of my code is correct. Now I need to add a square. So I will add a square to it. In order to add a square, I'll just copy paste the same code. I will say here as j less than or equals to, sorry, I less than or equals to 5. And then I want a regular triangle. So whatever the code I had written for the regular triangle, the same code I have copy pasted here where I have told for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to j I plus plus. And then I have system dot print stuff. Okay, Akhil, once I have all of this, so can I try running my code? And yes, you can definitely try to run our code. And you can see the pattern is what I have got here. I hope you're able to understand this, guys. Any confusion, all of you, I want each of you to respond. Is it clear? So,
Yes, sir.
yes, great, great, great. Yes, have you understood it? Yes or no? Repeat, yes. Mohammed Syed, just to tell you here, Mohammed Syed, you can see that I have one row. In that row, if you just have a look out the output, I have a inverted triangle, a regular triangle, a square, a regular triangle, which means I have 4 patterns. So within my row, you can see within my row, I have an inverted triangle code, I have a regular triangle code, I have a square code, I have a regular triangle code. So all of this will help me print this code. What is it? Inverted triangle, inverted triangle, inverted triangle, inverted triangle, inverted triangle. regular triangle. All this is regular triangle. And then this is all square, 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 square. And then this is regular triangle. You can see this is regular triangle. I hope you have understood it, 9. Size. Sorry. Yes, great, 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 great. So I can see that there are 2 more people who have doubt apart from Syed, because 2 more have told understood as a no. Right. Anyways, maybe I'll end the poll here. Now I want to print one more pattern. I want to print one more pattern, and the pattern that I now want to print is something like this. I just want you all to observe correctly. This is one pattern which is over. Now I want to print a pattern like this, where I will say there is 1 star, 2 star, then there is 2 stars, then there is 6 stars, 8 stars, and finally I will have 10 stars. So maybe this is the pattern that I now want to print. Along with this, what I also want to do is I want to print the 10 stars like this. So can you see that it looks like a house? Maybe, just a small hut kind of pattern. If I have to print this pattern, I now want to break this pattern. If you just have to break this pattern, you can see this is one break that I would do, where I will say I have 2 rows or 2 levels of pattern here. The first level is the top level, and the next level is the bottom level. The first one is the top level and the next one is the bottom level. So you can see this happens to be the bottom level. And if I also have to further break it down, I would say there are 2 squares here and here 2 triangles. Can you see this, guys? Yes, can you see this? So now, apart from this, there is also an invisible pattern, which is a reverse triangle. This reverse triangle is there, but it is not visible for us. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes,
now,
sir.
Can you tell me, now what I will do is I will divide my pattern into multiple blocks. I will say whatever is above this line is called as first block. Whatever is below is called as second block. Ajay, the reason I have cut it is because I am cutting the pattern such that it is coming down to either a triangle or a square, Ajay. Because as of now, I don't have knowledge of printing any pattern. All the patterns that I know is only 3: triangle, reverse triangle, square. All I want to do is whatever the pattern I see in front of my eyes, I want to break that pattern into either a square, square, triangle, and a reverse triangle. That is the reason I have cut it here. And you can see this is how I have cut my pattern. So if you look at the output screen like this, maybe if this happens to be my output screen, now this is the pattern I want to print. So what I will do is tell me for each block, what I will now be doing here is for each block, you can just have a look at it here. For each block, I will declare one for loop of j. The first block is one for loop of j. The second block is another for loop of j. So tell me in the first for loop of j, what do I want? I want reverse triangle, regular triangle, regular triangle. So I will say make my code such that, it is going to give me complex pattern. Now, having this knowledge, what I will do is I will now go back to my code. Here, in my code, what I will do is I will delete all of this. Yes, Ashwin, great. You can just see here now. I will say for, I want two blocks. Will you agree? So I will say here as block 1, and here I will say it as block 2. So what is there in block 1? If you ask me, I will say for int j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus. Okay, Akhil, once you have this, what is that you want? Yes, I want an inverted triangle. For the inverted triangle of spaces, I will say for int I is equals to 5, I greater than or equals to j, I minus minus. So within this, I will say system dot out dot print. What do I want to print? I want to print the space, and then I want a regular triangle. So for a regular triangle, I will say for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to j, I plus plus, and within this I will say here as system dot out dot print. What do I want to print is a star, and then one more regular triangle I want. I will copy this and paste it. Then I will save it. I will run my code, and once I run my code, this is what I am getting. The reason is after printing each row, I am not asking the cursor to come to the next row. So I will have to ask the cursor to come to the next row. So here I am going to say here as system dot out dot print ln. So you can see I will say it here as system dot out dot print ln. Now I will run my code, and in case if I now run my code, you can see I have got one single block. Akhil, one single block is not sufficient. One more block I want below it. One more block you want below it. Then write one more j loop. You can see for int j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to 5, j plus plus is what I will say. So can you tell me within this what do I want? Yes, within this I want two squares. So I will write the code for square as for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus, and within this one more form. Within this I will say system dot out dot print. What do I want to print is a star. So I will just copy this and I will paste it below, and after this I will say system dot out dot print ln. And now just save this. In case if I just try to run my code here, you can just have a look. I'll try to run my code, and once if I run my code, you can see this is the output that I'm getting. Don't you feel the base is not correct for my top, whatever is the at the top? The base is not proper. In order to make the base proper, what I will do is that I go into the loop, and within the loop, every time you simply say print one space by saying system dot out dot print, and I would say I want a space. I'll now just save this. I'll run my code. So you can see every time before printing a square, what is happening is one space will be printed. One space will be printed. I hope you're able to understand this, guys. Hello. So what are what is the block now? I hope you're able to understand. Block in our code. According to us, what is a block? have a block, what should I be doing? For every block, what is that I will be doing? Akhil, could you please explain once again in brief? Yes, Gautami, I will do it. Sir, instead of writing 2 ifs for second block, can we give? Yes, 100% you can be giving it, Sufia. But again, I told you, I want to be generalizing my approach. I don't want to have, what do I say? Uh, specific customized code for each pattern, Sufia. The reason why I'm breaking it down into square and triangle, very simple. The reason is, with the very basic component, square and triangle, using this I want to print. So Gautami, yes, I will do it. So let me go back to our code, Gautami. So if you just have a look at it, I have the top part here, Gautami. So if you look at the top part, what do I have is, I have a reverse triangle, regular triangle, regular triangle. So this is the first block. Block is block 1, where I have the reverse triangle, regular triangle, regular triangle. Then I have the second block. So you can see in the second block, what do I have? I have one square, one more square. But before printing 2 squares, what I want is, I want to print 1 space. So what I would do is, in the second block, I would say, see, first you print a space. First you print a space. After printing a space, print another first square, second square. I hope you have got that, Gautami. So what exactly is a block? I hope all of you have understood. Yes, yes, yes. Great, great, great. Yes, please. Great, 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 great. So I hope you are able to understand it. Yes. Correct, correct, correct. So now, can I give you one pattern for you to create the code now? Would you like to try it? Right. So the pattern that I now want you all to try. So you can just have a look at it. I just end this post here and share results, done, stop, okay. So you can just have a look at it. The pattern that I now want to print, where do I display it? Maybe, yeah, let me write it here in the PowerPoint, or let me do one thing. Yeah, let me share my screen. So this is what I have just done. Great. Now I want you all to try printing this particular pattern, where I have a 1 star, 2 star. Right? I have 1 star. So just give me a second. Okay. Sorry. I want you to print a pattern like this. 2 star. Then 2 star, 2 star. Then 3 star, 3 star. Then 4 star, 4 star. Then 5 star, 5 star. Okay. After printing this pattern, what should I do, Akhil? After printing this pattern, I want you all to print this pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this way, I want you to print Okay, after this, I want you all to print this pattern where I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, then space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2, and then 1, and here as 1. So I want you all to write a program for this pattern. Can you try it? Yes. So tell me, if I have to break this pattern, can you tell me how many blocks will I get? So if I write this pattern, can you tell me how many blocks do I have? Akhil, very simple, Akhil. You have first block, second block. Maybe I'll do one thing. I'll just select it. I'll just move it a little below. So you can see I have a second block, which means 3 blocks is what I have. So if I have 3 blocks, which means how many J loop? 3 J loops, correct? So in the first J loop, can you tell me what do I have in the first J loop? Akhil, in the first J loop, I have reverse triangle. Akhil, I have a reverse triangle here in the first J loop. Then I have a regular triangle. Then I have a square. Then I have one more regular triangle. Correct? Inverted triangle, regular triangle, square, regular triangle. Now here, Akhil, there will be one space. After space, there is a square of spaces. Then one more square. After this, here Akhil, there is a regular triangle of spaces, then an inverted triangle of stars, then a square, and then an inverted triangle of stars. Will you agree? This is what I have. So tell me now, for each of these blocks, what will I have? The first block. Block 1, what do I have? Block 1, inverted reverse triangle, I will say. Reverse triangle, spaces, then regular triangle, stars, then square spaces, then regular triangle, regular stars. This is what I have in the first block. Will you agree? All of you. Now, the second block. Block 2. Tell me, what do I have in the block 2? I have one square spaces, one more square stars. Correct? Then third block. What do I have in the third block? Yes, in the third block 3. What do I have in the block 3? I have a regular triangle of spaces, then reverse triangle stars, square spaces, and reverse triangle of stars. So this is what I have in my pattern. Will you agree with me? So if I write this much, will I be able to accomplish? Yes, definitely I should be able to get my pattern. So can you try it? I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Can you try it? I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Can you try it? Be quick, be quick. I want you all to try it. Ahmad, only 5 minutes, sir. What are you talking, sir? You are giving all rocket science programs for 5 minutes, sir. Is it difficult, Ahmad, in 5 minutes? It was before. But now, Ahmad, is it simple? 5 minutes, can you do it? I'll give it a try. Definitely, you have to try it. See, I can see that, in the poll, people who are saying I can do it in 5 minutes are equal to the people I can do it, give me more time. Now someone is trying to balance, the balance is going great here. One is pressing as I can do it, give me more time. There is one more who says I can do it in 5 minutes. So the balance. Stand here, don't you feel the concept, the looping concept? I hope it is very clear now. Once we have gone through all of this. Yes, great. Yes, anyone who's completed the pattern, anyone who's completed the pattern. Aditya has completed it. Very nice, Aditya. Great. Very good. Yes, please. Done. Do you want me to try writing the code, or are you confident that you'll be able to do it, guys? I want you all to tell me, are you confident you are able to do it, or do you want me to writing the code? Yes, let it go for homework. Great. I want you all to try writing the pattern, and not just this, to come back in tomorrow's, or the next session. By the time you come back to the next session, I want each one of you to create a minimum of one pattern, one such pattern. Each of you, I want you to try writing one such pattern by the time you come back to the next session. any pattern of your own. You can be a creator here, right? Now, going to the next thing, going to the next small concept, before I wind on, before we conclude today's session, there is another one small concept which I would now like to discuss about. Is maybe now we have seen patterns, and whatever these patterns I have printed here, I call them as solid patterns. I call them as solid patterns. And what do you mean by solid patterns? Which means if I say a square, I will have a square filled with the stars. If I say a triangle, I will have a triangle filled with the stars. But now, what I want to print is, maybe understand, I want to print a square like this. Right? What I want to do is, I want to print a square like this. If you just have a look at it, what I want here on the on my output screen, the pattern that I'm actually looking for is, there should be a square, but the square should not be a complete square. It has to be an hollow square. It has to be an hollow square. So this is the pattern that I now want. This is the pattern that I now want, which means I should have 5 stars, then 1 star, 2 star, then another 1 star, 2 star, then 1 star, 2 star, and then I need to have 5 stars. Maybe this is a pattern that I want. So if I have to print this pattern, don't you feel I need to take care of the rows? So for the rows I will have J, for the column or for the stars I will have I. So since it is a square, basically what I will do is, I will first write a program for the square where I will say for int J is equals to 1, J less than or equals to 5, J plus plus. Within this I will also say for int I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus. And within this I am now going to search for J is equals to 1, J less than or equals to 5. Within this I will say system dot out dot print. What do I have to print? Is star, and then I will say here as system dot out dot print ln. Correct? So if I write it like this, I will be able to print a solid square. But tell me, do I want a solid square? No, I don't want a solid square. What I want to print is a hollow square. You print star is what I'm saying. If I write it, that is how I'm getting a solid pattern of stars. But maybe there are chances that I don't want a solid pattern of stars here. What I want to do is, maybe only in the first row I want to print star. You can see here, if you just understand, maybe only in the first row I want stars. In the last row I want stars. So tell me, if J is the one who is going to take care of the stars, what is the value of J in the first row? Akhil, the value of J in the first row is 1. What will be the value of J in the last row? The value of J in the last row is 5, which means I want the stars only in the first row and last row. Will you agree with me? I want the stars only in the first row and the last row. So what I will do is, now along with printing the stars, I will also say there is a condition. What is the condition? I will say the condition is, see, you have to print the stars if and only if the J value is 1 or J value is 5. What does J value is 1 mean? J value 1 means that I am in the first row. When I say J is 5, it means that I am in the last row. So I'm saying only when the J value is 1 or 5 you print stars. But tell me, if I just tell given this much, is it sufficient? No, Akhil. If you just tell this much, only the top line and the bottom line you will get, but still you have the left line and the right line. If you look at the left line is nothing but who is taking care of my left line? So Ashwani Kumar, so pattern is what Ashwani Kumar has shared with me. Yes, Ashwani, I'll have a look at it. I'll go through it, Ashwani. Yes, once I finish this pattern, I'll go through your pattern also. Now you can see I have I value who is taking care of my column. So I will say, see, in the first column, the value of I is 1. In the last column, the value of I is 5. And I want stars in the first column and in the last column. So along with this condition, I will also say if j is equals to 1 or j is equals to 5, or if I is equals to 1 or I is equals to 5, if these conditions are true, I am saying it to print a star. Now you can see I will run my code, and this is the pattern. Actually, what is this pattern? This was not my pattern at all. What was the pattern that I wanted? I wanted a halo square, but what is that I've got? This is not a halo square. The reason why I'm trying to get this pattern is because, can you tell me, have I told the condition about when to give me the halo square? Yes, I have told j is equals to 1, j is equals to 5, I is equals to 1, I is equals to 5. So what I have told is, when all these conditions are true, you print star. In the else case, tell me what should I print here? Don't you feel there is something that I should be printing here also? We need to give code for spaces, sir. Without giving spaces, how will it print? So what I will do here is I will come into this. I will say, if the condition is true, you print stars. In the else case, you print space. This is what I will say. So you can just have a look at it. I will say it as spaces here. Now I will just have a look at it. I will run my code, and you can see that I have got a halo square. I've gotten halo square. Is this clear, guys, everyone? So Ashwini has also written a row is equals to 1, row is equals to n, column is equals to 1, column is equals to n minus 1, system around the print and star, system around space. Great. That's nice, Ashwini, that you have also made use of some input as well. That's nice. So I hope you are able to understand this, guys. All of you, I hope it is clear. So just a thought here. One thing I would like to tell you here is, please repeat column 1 to 5. Yes. So tell me here, was it the